So let's look at Sun International, which was founded by Sol Kerzner in 1969. They own Grand West Casino, Sun City and Monticello in Chile. The company has a market cap of 14.1 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 21 and a dividend yield of 2%. Now, you talk about Sun International and everyone knows about it, Sol Kerzner, Sun City, it's a very well-known business. But a market cap of 14 billion rand, it just always surprises me when I see how small it is.
Especially in relation to Taco, right?
Exactly, and in terms of, their big global expansion. But Graham Stevens seems to be extremely active. You go look at the news feed on Sun International in terms of their SENS announcements, and they're very busy at the moment.
A busy time for the sector as a whole, as you touched on. Monticello is an interesting development for them over the last few years, and the expansion into South America. I think it's been probably spot on in terms of their timing. Given the economic challenges that South America follows right now, so development there and pricing is not going to be overly rich, and overall the regions and the countries that they're in, Peru and Chile, are probably the darlings of South America. So from a potential growth perspective, I think that's quite exciting for the business.
And just remind me, that's sort of a JV with Dreams, which is a big Chilean-based business, and I think Sun International own 50% now, but they've consolidated all those assets under the one umbrella now. Yeah,
all consolidated under the Dream banner, and Sun International will be the majority shareholder here, which is quite nice from a group perspective, and we should start seeing quite a bit of growth filtering through from that market.
Well, let's take a look at the graph. As you can see there, it's almost the Graham Stevens effect since about 2012, 2013 when he started. Of course, he's a former corporate financier, so he's very much into making these deals and being very active and quite exciting in terms of investors. They always like that kind of activity within the market. Another big deal on the cards now, having looked, what's the business called they're buying? It eludes me. Anyways, they own Empress Palace and a whole lot of other assets. And the big crunch, I think, with that is in terms of the licensing, because they want to build a 3 billion rand hotel, casino, shopping mall in Menlyn, which they have massive plans about. But the licensing agreement is fairly complicated, and the business that they're buying ends up getting 900 million rand from them if they manage to get this license. So it makes sense to go through with the acquisition.
It does. Look, overall, I think it will be a shrewd development, and bode quite well for the business going forward. Again, it talks to a sector, in spite of the headwinds, where the businesses are particularly active right now, which is interesting, right? You'd expect them to take a wait and see approach, but they seem quite bullish in terms of the prospects going forward, and are investing quite heavily.
And this acquisition is about 9 billion rand, market cap of 14 billion. It's huge. They're having to do a rights issue, so they're going to their shareholders, big debt facilities and so on. So they're definitely going all out for this one.
Sure. Yeah, it is a massive deal in their lives. And big deals to this nature typically make me nervous, but it'll be interesting to see whether they can bed that down, and the market seems to be giving them the benefit of the doubt. I think the management team here has given a lot of credit to being able to see this through.
And as we say, almost the opposite direction of Soho, where they've sold a whole bunch of African assets and kept the management agreement. So they've managed the casinos, because obviously it's quite a complicated job to manage these casinos. So they manage the casinos, but they've sold off the hotels and so on, and that's mostly within the African assets. Hot or not?
Look, again, a lot of moving parts here. This is a stock that at the beginning of last year was a no-brainer, but the markets certainly rallied quite a bit on the stock, so I'm going to have to say not hot on this one as well.
And then, of course, a lot of clarity. The shareholders will get diluted, but the acquisition will be really earnings accretive. So it's quite hard to value this one on a PE sense.
Definitely,
we already own these in the portfolio. We have about 6,000 rands worth, so a small portion of the portfolio. I remain hot on the business. I think Graham Stevens is quality. He worked under Sol Kerzner for many years, so he knows the industry very well. And I think going forward, it's an exciting one, but definitely not for a conservative investor.